how do I even do the old way? 13.
Oh, sorry, 61.54%. But like, look at this. This is relevant because they banned the Garrosh this time. They're tired of it. They will not deal with it. Taking a page out of Gluck's book, and he has 3 heroes that are above a 50% win rate. Remember, Miracle is 6th place seed. He has 3 heroes above 50 in terms of the tank pool. Those are Garrosh, ETC, and Anubarak. And Garrosh is his 2nd highest win rate now, below the Anubarak. 12 games versus the 4, make that 13 games, of course, as we were just talking about. And it has been banned against this team so many times because he's been considered to be a one-trick Garrosh. In the first series, we learned that is a thing of the past. His hero pool has expanded massively tonight in playoffs, but BlossoM didn't respect it, and it made such a big impact. And it's scary when you have to play against a player like that now that has this super strong hero that's not even considered top tier, but you have to respect ban it. Medivh banned again early. This is Medivh's best map. So
and it's the Maiev, because you have to fight in the shrine. We did see lots of poking from especially like the Junkrat, not even contesting in the shrine, but able to pick up some number. But in this case, BlossoM is really going for that Maiev. That's also because Miracle would not really play Maiev comp, as BlossoM would. Also the Medivh. Miracle has been using lots of comfort picks, especially the Garrosh with the pair up with the old ones, Hanzo, and some Genji. Nothing really crazy special, like no Phoenix today at all from Miracle.
No Phoenix yet. Played against them, failed. BlossoM played pretty standard last game, but they were looking for the Medivh follow-up, I think, and they didn't get it. And the draft ended up looking disjointed. Now they have another first pick Maiev that requires a lot of coordination, a lot of setup. There's a possibility we do see that Phoenix top lane from them, but only time will tell. So Miracle locks in the Hanzo yet again, with this time the Sonya. So taking away another hero that BlossoM was looking to run potentially with Medivh. And now BlossoM, this is where they can really turn this draft into their favor. They have the ability to think about the solo laner as their last rotation pick because Sonya's shown so early. They have the ability now to grab heroes that work well with the Maiev. They can take instantly here the Stukov and the Junkrat. We saw this exact same start to the draft earlier today. Trying to think of which game it was.
PogChamp, Wolf knows the future.
And it's awkward because you've basically said, this is the old way of drafting when Maiev first came out, where you're like, oh, I've got Warden's Cage, and I've got Silence in the cage, and I've got Riptire in the cage.
Yeah, since the Western-Eastern clash, yes.
Yeah, it's like, well, what are you going to do? That's pretty strong, huh? But now, this has been so countered, this has been so figured out. You force an engage, you dive on the Maiev, you force Maiev to use the cage early, you disengage, you avoid that combo entirely. This setup is old news. This setup is comfort. It's basically playing to the tier list, but it's not up to date. It's not a draft that counters what Miracle is doing. Junkrat's very powerful on this map for his ability to control the shrine itself, but they've got Sonya, they've got Hanzo. You're gonna see the Blaze ban coming through here. It's because obviously they have the solo lane picked already, so they're trying to limit the solo laners in that counter matchup this next rotation.
He's one target Judy even more with the Tyrael ban if they are looking towards that. Because
That would be pretty reasonable.
Also, Sanctification basically cancels everything in that Maev's cage. And Judy has played that Tyrael against the Maev this previous match, just now against Gluck, so seems very reasonable. Thinking of that Uther ban instead. Somewhat risky choice, I would say. Banning a support.
Yeah, the Uther ban here is strong with Sonya.
Okay, and also Genji is still out there.
Yeah. Genji's out there, ETC is out there, like... Oh, I don't know about this one. very strong for the map, very good to counter the Punisher, and something we did see from Judy earlier, but that's some risky business right there. They're going to take it. Oh, no, okay, the Uther.
So they, instead of sniping on one hero, they choose to do on two, Uther and Genji together.
And potentially the ETC.
Uh-huh, that's right. So 2.5
yeah.
and maybe 3.
I'm really curious to see how BlossoM tries to execute this draft. They could also do the Phoenix play. They could run the Phoenix as the sole laner, triple DPS, range damage.
But who's going to be on that? Wiz is going to be on that Phoenix then. Who's going to be playing that Maiev?
It's a good question. Could be
this Modern and Tutu just
Modern
flexing
Life,
in?
Modern Life could play the Phoenix in the soul lane. I mean, he was also a soul lane player last year. It's not unknown to him. You might think, fan at home, that Maiev has an insanely high win rate right now because of her priority and ban rate, but with the previous series, I just added it all up. This is exactly 12 and 12. She has a 50% win rate in Korea. Very low, given her pick rate. So, let's see if BlossoM can put that win rate back into the positives here. Early game control now given to Miracle with this Diablo pick. They have so much control with roots, the damage here. You know, even a Tracer final pick would be pretty fantastic.
Yeah, you have the root, you have the CC, and it's the Merc Diablo, so you know who's playing that Diablo also. It is going to be Judy. And on this map, we saw from the previous match, very strong with the CC. He has been very dominant with engagements. Super tanky once he gathers a lot of souls.
All eyes on Modern Life. Does he play Phoenix here? Will we see the triple DPS that we were seeing before? Will it be that top lane Phoenix? Or does he go ahead and grab a more normal hero here? I'm going to find out in just a moment. 3 seconds time. They're looking for the tank as well with this. ETC will be the tank. Leoric will be the sole laner for the first time tonight. No Phoenix. Not going for the triple DPS. Going for a more tanky lineup, which is very smart, I think, against the Diablo pick.
And solo ETC front line seems very tough against some CCs. And the burst damage with the Poison Spear from Sonya can be a painful tool. ETC will have to back up very soon.
Can you still run the Tracer against the ETC Leoric? Very difficult, I think, to pull off. And Leoric has his ability to make himself unstoppable with his Wraith Walk. So that's another thing that is very annoying to deal with Diablo. I think they might just want to look for Tank Buster here. Like, roll in the Tychus. Play safe.
Yes.
Be Ballistics, you know?
Yes. That's exactly the pick that Ballistics will pick to finish off.
They go for the Tracer, though.
Still the Tracer going for the comfort pick.
I really liked everything about what Miracle did in this draft until the Tracer pick.
Well, it could have worked until we saw the final 2 picks from BlossoM.
Yeah. I really was liking their draft. I favored it until they picked it into the Leoric.
Which
ETC.
I think it's super hard now. Onto ETC maybe a pulse bomb, but Maiev got the vault to basically ignore that pulse bomb. Junkrat not really will be very far away, so making it dangerous for Tracer to dive in. And there's that Stukov silence, so she can't really blink away if she's on that lurking arm. So that 5th pick Tracer, I'm not really following too many logics behind it.
Well, let's see if they can pull it off. I think the big target for the Tracer Pulse Bombs is often just going to be the Stukov. They're going to try to get back there, blow him up, kill him, remove him early. And because he doesn't have any defenses like Malfurion's Ice Block or its stuns like Uther has to kind of buy time, protect himself, no mobility, the the ability to escape will be very low. So he's going to be very reliant on Gondar's positioning. Gondar has been very aggressive tonight, especially on the new Barak. That's how you rock it, man. Rock it quick, rock it fast. Get in there.
This may be the only time you may be rocking against that Judy Diablo. May have a tough time, so that's why Wiz was also going in for the Leoric instead of a lot of the other matchups. Martel was another solo lane that was available, which failed big time in game 1, and I think it's about time to switch.
Okay. See what they can do in this early game. Tougher to pull off against the tanks and the silence than other comps, you know, when you're running the Diablo. Wiz just being a pulse bomb farm target right now. They are going to commit 4-man to mid. The composition with the Hanzo is going to obviously be cleared very quickly. Just rotating, trying to keep Judy on the defensive, not on the offensive. With H82 not showing himself in the top lane, I don't think BlossoM will offer up an opportunity here. Leoric comes down. This ends up being a swap where somebody gets back in the top lane faster and clear the lane.
Had the wave clear initially because of Leoric going back with the walk. So just using that time wisely to make possible gank situations, but not going to land that as BlossoM has that control with the HGC so far.
Faster camp timing here for BlossoM, but very similar. Invade coming over, it looks like. Oh, Gondar looked for the mount, then canceled it, losing them some time so they can't execute the gank anymore. Modern Life gets stuck in the root. All this while, Sonya is crushing this top matchup at the moment in terms of the 1v1, but losing it in terms of wave clear. Leoric rotating down. Judy wants to crush this camp quickly. This means BlossoM can actually steal this neutral camp. It's the commitment mid.
They can't really make anything else happen. Ganking onto Leoric will be a very hard one to kill.
Yeah.
Because has been just walking out, rotating top and mid. Make sure they're not really missing too much minion EXPs. It has been continuing. Sonya, once you dominate the lane, what do? You go for the camp timings. Make sure you have the early macro start. You gotta clear that bottom one first to make that big rotation, or else you'll be losing a lot more in that.
Well, 25 seconds till this comes up. It's a great map for Sonya and Diablo to control the shrine. They can get on it first, they clear so quickly. Very easy to win the Defender War. And Miracle is actually trying to grab everything before they get onto this too. Clearing the bot wave to get the extra experience. They got the camp faster. And they do get on, because of the faster clear, they do get onto the shrine. Sniper just harassing a little bit here. Gondar needs to leave, cannot stay here. Miracle just going to continue to push mid while this shrine is controlled. BlossoM is going to have a hard engage. It's going to be again Gondar who's up at the front, caught by Judy. Judy is having a field day in this matchup tonight. Silence coming over here a little bit later does help save Gondar, but he's already super low. And this is just I feel like history repeats itself already. You know, Gondar is losing out to Judy. Judy is crushing him in the tank war right now in these matchups.
Gondar actually could have died without the silence from Nasang. There goes into silence. Connects on to Diablo will be the first kill.
Modern Life is the target though, following up. The Vault gets him out, but HA2 wants more. Sniper not able to get in range there to get the parting gift off. Bit of an overextension here by Miracle. Looks like BlossoM will take control of this shrine here. Will win the fight, grab a few kills, and try to sneak in and get those last 10 defenders. Sniper's going up, but he's Tracer. He can't get in there. They're going to have to give this, I think.
If you try to go in and try to pick up at least, well, they have 10. Even if you try to pick up 4, you may end up costing yourself dying few many times, and that happens a lot in the quick, of course, Hero League and quick matches.
Oh, it certainly does, and it happens sometimes in the pro scene. Here in Korea, you can't believe how many times we had that happen, but not this time, not tonight. Just really good, hard engage with the silence there to get the first pick is what they were looking for. They succeeded. G not building the souls that he wanted to early because of this.
Look at the positioning of those lurking arms will be critical, especially during the team fight, shrine fights. Nasang has been saving his teammate, also transitioning into the offense when Gondar wanted to dive in. He has been taking less damage because of that lurking arm.
Yeah, really careful plays. Okay, Sonya rotating down back mid with Leoric. Can they collapse on this aggressive BlossoM rotation? That's the question. I don't think so. Really good stun here by Gondar. And as you can see, Leoric is preventing any big rotation mid to come around and flank. Sniper uses the pulse, but it's completely wasted.
Just soaks onto Wiz, as they will actually try to invade into this one, as the mid wave was actually giant enough so that everyone had to roam around to clear that as soon as possible, or else it was going to do damage to the fort.
Yeah, you can make a pretty solid argument that BlossoM has the better wave clear. They've got Junkrat, Maiev, obviously Leoric plus Stukov. Junkrat being the big one here. Miracle only has Hanzo that really is great at wave clear. Everyone else is mediocre. Sonya can push a solo lane but can't constantly wave clear and control the map like this comp from BlossoM can. So they're just taking these advantages to shove in and grab this experience, like grab map control and grab 10 first. Look at the mid lane. The Impalers are still hitting that mid fort. It's actually taking a lot of damage. Miracle has to come down here. They'll take further damage. 10's going to be up.
Let's see if they want to dive in. Miracle pushing themselves back now after BlossoM's about to hit 10. Because Maiev can always just dive in and start that team fight with the cage.
Lyric holding this heroic, but it's definitely going to be the wall here because of the Entomb, because outside of Tracer, there's not really much way out of that. You can get a lot of kills that way. You can grab Malfurion, grab Diablo, focus him down, poke him down. Miracle will have 10 before the next objective, and they have dealt with, the exception of the bottom camp, everything that BlossoM has sent to them. Lose this healing fountain is painful. Nothing they can do about it. So no healing fountain anywhere near this next immortal phase, or sorry, shrine phase.
HGC actually not showing himself, so Leoric and ETC, when they were diving into the top camp, they were going of a slower approach. They're still yet to be 10. They just hit 10 right now. Do you really want to go in engage here?
BlossoM plays it safe. They do what Gluck did not in the previous series. They back off. They play it safe. No reason to throw control of a shrine away for a shaman camp. They're just instead going to back off and take their own. But Miracle does get to the shrine first. Wasn't enough to secure the first one, as we saw. They got 30. Couldn't get the last 10. See if they can prevent getting picked by Silence this time. That was the problem. Nasang grabbing that Silence, getting that early kill. They could not finish off the last shots.
They got their position early, but this happened last time BlossoM where they had a comeback with the ETC diving in. Later on, winning the entire team fight and then taking the control of the shrine.
Wiz is the target. Silence here used early, so that's actually not what they wanted. Pulling him back into it though, and the Entomb, but HA2 is living, he's fine. Gondar's the target, he's pulsed, he's pulled in. Will survive. Huge shove here from Nasang, but still shrine control goes to Miracle. So important that nobody died for BlossoM because they can actually back off and re-engage. Keeping this very competitive here. The Pulse Bomb not available for a long time now. J2 caught, no escape. Silence here, pulled back into the Silence. Tranquility is not enough to save him. APOC here, not comboed with anything, totally wasted. A Miracle starts to fall apart. This is going to be the second Immortal back-to-back going to BlossoM. This one goes directly to the keep.
That was some messy shrine fight right there, as the focusing was a little bit off. Actually, a lot of it, where Wiz actually wanted to trap down onto that Sonya while ETC was focusing down. I don't think Gondar really got a chance to actually land on a mosh pit in that team fight. Both teams not really focusing onto a single target with every resource they have.
Yeah, it's tough to take these fights when you're fighting against massive CC on both sides. You have to be really careful about how you engage and where you stand and where you set up. And we saw the commitment there with the Pulse Bomb and everything to try to blow up a single target. And then after that, BlossoM was able to re-engage because so many cooldowns were used and wasted. We don't talk about cooldown usage all too often. We just talk about it for heroics. We talk about it for heroes like Tracer with Recall. But when you commit everything, all your abilities, all your heroics to kill a single target, you fail. Sometimes you can't retreat, sometimes you're trapped, you're stuck. They saved the keep, obviously pretty well, only losing the healing fountain and the wall. Miracle can come back into this game. They have a great draft for shrine control. Well, they need to make the Tracer pick count, and this is what I was afraid of. This is what I was concerned about. This comp did not need burst, didn't need it. I understand the idea is Hanzo and everybody burns people down and then the Pulse Bomb comes with the kill. They didn't need to put all their eggs into the Tracer basket though. They could have just continued to burn the tanks, win the longer fight with the CC they have. But they can't do that with this Tracer pick. Tracer doesn't damage anybody in the front line. Tracer barely do anything to Leoric, barely do anything to ETC. It's only the pulses that finish targets off. And if you can't do that against the burst heals coming out when Violet Kill Switch comes through, then the Tracer pick is worthless.
Yep, due to no contest at all. He's been super safe in the back line, unless he mispositions, gets super greedy and just goes to the front line or the mid line. Then he'll be pressured by the Tracer and maybe some CC, but unless he does that, he can just throw the Q from a long, far away distance and he will just do massive damage that tries to come in, maybe even have that mine to blow up the ones that are trying to dive in. He will be safe.
The only way I could see this map turning around for Miracle is a really big play with the APOC and the arrow, or Sniper sneaking a kill, which is just pretty unlikely. Okay, here's the arrow. APOC follow up. Okay, that's like I was a prophet on this one too. And they hold the pulse. Pulse could be used here. Does come in onto Gondar. He's got the armor. He gets away. But this is a very positive moment for Miracle. They take back control of the map. But unfortunately, again, it's at a timing where they can't do anything. They can't take control of a shrine. There's only one camp on the map. It's theirs. So they're trying to use this moment to force a fight and force a wall down, but they don't get anything from it. They needed more kills, or they needed this to be better timed around an objective. This doesn't do anything for them.
Great positioning by H82. They're just hiding in the vent. They got stunned by the Hanzo's arrow, dragon arrow there, but was thinking, what's the follow-up? There's nothing else coming. And then the poison spear from nowhere, and Junkrat just got deleted off the map just now.
Yeah, it was really cool usage of the APOC with the arrow. And then the poison spear comes through, which means they hold the pulse bomb. Sniper's pulse bombs have not been able to get kills though, just damaging the tanks. Usually the Auric, in this case it was the ETC. The Auric actually starts the shrine first. Miracle unwilling to contest versus 16 on the other side. And that's a problem. They're looking for a follow-up kill here on the rotation, but as long as BlossoM plays safe, they lose-lose. They try to get a kill, fail, lose the shrine. They don't commit to the shrine. They could have committed to the shrine, but BlossoM was preventing them. So they try to take an awkward 5v4 fight, but as long as BlossoM doesn't make a mistake, how can they really make this work? They're basically saying you can have the shrine, and also we're not doing anything on the map at the same time. We're just grouping up, failing to get kills, failing to grab an experience lead. And it's going to be a free fort here, looks like. Top shrine completed. APOC used. No follow-up combo though, and look at the stuns on the other side of things. Judy dashes in, but is caught here by Gondar. Beautiful face melt there. Punisher is pushing.
Yes,
the
already.
Punisher is pushing.
Leorix got that Arcane Punisher already. There needs to be a rotation. What Miracle tried to do, because they were, if they contest, they were going to lose the team fight. They were going to at least lose some members. So they only had Hanzo to clear up that camp, which was cleared out later on. But they're not even still close to that level 16 mark for the talent. How are they even going to defend this one, BlossoM, unless they make some crazy mistakes? Miracle, they still have some combos they can land up with. Like the last time, if they find Junkrat a kill from the beginning.
But there's no APOC to make that happen. Pulse Bomb's just going to be used on the Punisher. They want to burst this down. They don't want to lose a keep at this moment in time. They don't want to lose a keep at 14 minutes. HA2 connects with the Spear. Trying to catch this rotation when it's 5v4 because the Auric's just clearing camps. Clears this mid camp. Observer's like, did he forget to kill that? Wait, no, he got it. Oh. And now Miracle's got really one more chance, I'd say. All their forts are gone, so the next and the top keep wall is gone. The next shrine is going to hit keep.
Yeah, so right before 20.
They have to make something happen.
The final opportunity for them to come back into this game, and due to basically with the Ripper Air with 13, basically semi-global.
Yeah.
With that mine can just reduce down a big cooldown, only going down to 2 seconds.
Lurik's the hero they collapse on, but this is actually a great opportunity for BlossoM to punish.
Onto Modern Nature Skewer comes through. We're taking a lot of damage. That will actually be a kill.
He does go down, and here's the follow-up stun! The APOC combo! That is a prison used to try to defend, to try to keep everybody out. Mosh Pit attempted here. Does succeed in giving the Riptire massive value. And look at this fight for BlossoM. They turn it around in full. Modern Life needs to run away, though. Sniper is doing some serious damage to that wall, meanwhile.
Basically was baited there. Sniper, if he found targets at the bottom, he was going to land on maybe catching one more kill. There's a catch.
Oh man.
Onto Junkrat, even onto Nasan, getting the pulse-bomb kill now.
I'm not entirely sure why they re-engaged there. Maybe they were hoping the fight would go longer and Wiz would respawn. Trait value, but he does not get the trait value. Camps are getting value meanwhile. But once again, the fight that Miracle gets the better trade on, the fight they win, is not during a time of objective. So all they could do is go clear the camps that were pushing against them. They're not going to get 21st. And this fight win means literally nothing for them.
That was a terrible engage. And after... I know they're still leading peak time. They're going to hit that 20 mark a lot quicker than Miracle is. But engaging in after, when you know Tracer's somewhere around having that pulse bomb, maybe they just got a little bit too excited in this series here. But they're down 1-0 already. They should be super patient. This is the playoff, not the round robin anymore.
Oh, this is the playoffs for sure. Make no mistake of that. And Miracle's going to try to push this advantage for a second here in the mid lane. The Stukov respawn coming through, getting a a fort wall here. All three forts are still up, so Miracle's got a lot of coming back to do if they're going to win this game. Because they didn't get any of the forts, they're so massively behind in terms of experience towards 20. Fort control goes to BlossoM first, and they have 20 for this objective. Miracle will not. I think what Miracle needed to do was soak and farm and look for a fight right before the Shrine, before 20. Because they could have had it. Look, 19, not 20 at the moment as the Shrine becomes active. They tried to be aggressive early. They weren't patient for the first time in this series. So now they just have to give this away. What are they doing now? There's nothing they can accomplish right now. They can't even soak. Look at the bot lane. That's too risky to soak. It's like so far away. It's Miracle took the wrong time to fight. I'm gonna try to collapse on this.
APOC. The vault though onto a modern life, onto a Maiev.
It doesn't work. He gets away. And now, sure, they get the wall. They don't get the fort. Miracle's looking like post-10 Miracle again in this game. Behind, struggling to figure out when to fight, when to contest objectives. Others running around the map as 5 going, what are we fighting for? What are we trying to do? What is the objective? We can't fight them at 20, and there's nothing on the map. So, you know, they look for a pick, it fails. Now they don't have the arrow available. Dragon's Arrow on cooldown. Sniper actually gets the follow-up silence on him after the Punisher. Takes a ton of damage
and also the APOC, so this will be very likely to be a gate. They're pressuring in. BlossoM is coming in, maybe looking for the core before Miracle hits that 20. Will be very soon.
Okay, they have the keep down. Not going to be a core call here unless they can get some kills. Punisher's destroyed. BlossoM needs to be careful not to overextend. Dude just barely out of charge range there on the Gondar. Oh, they're trying to bait this though. 20's up.
Don't want to risk it. I believe APOC is still on cooldown, maybe coming back very soon.
Yeah, maybe in about 20 seconds or so. Fast Sonic Arrow here. From this vision.
Bullseye for the stun. It's still very hard to land on the stun. You have to hit exactly onto that small circle.
Yeah, it's very tough, but it's like a faster Lunar Flare, basically.
Yeah, but still pretty hard to land on.
Still hard to land.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to try to push their advantage. BlossoM is with the control of the map to grab camps, threaten the bottom keep. Now, I like this as long as they don't overextend. If BlossoM makes sure that when they come through here, they use the range of Junkrat and this minion wave to punish the keep. Once the minions are gone, they need to leave. If they try to commit in heavily, they're going to, I think, find themselves very much in a sad place. They're going to commit, though. Very aggressive. H82 caught here, trying to make this work. If they get a pick, they certainly can. But so far, it's not happening. Minions are dead. They're going to leave. So not overextending here. Oh, minions protecting Gondar. He gets stuck by that arrow. Bullseye. Spear comes in. They're looking for the engage. They need more, though. Everyone needs to get mounted. The minions doing so much to prevent everyone from mounting. If the minions were not here, Miracle will be cleaning up kills right now, but they couldn't mount. Got to go back and clear this push onto the core.
Shields are already gone. The top lane landing for Miracle. They're actually pushing a little bit. It's going to be Torbus.
Yep, just to give you guys a translation of that. So that was probably made where they were thinking they could make a core call there, but did not happen. So that means no bolt. And that's pretty frustrating.
Yeah, maybe the Bullseye are looking to stop that mosh pit, but it is Torbus, so less effective in that way.
That's also true. It's a good call.
This is still going on. It's actually going... They have been not dealing with this for the past 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, this got the top fort. Miracle never able to get a fort, but at least the camp did. Say Dudu becomes a global with that mine at 13.
Miracle has a miraculous comeback into this game. I will be amazed. I will have a dream about Miracle tonight.
It's not out of the question. It's really not. At this stage of the game with death timers, all they need is, like, especially at this fight, this is the fight BlossoM should maybe even just consider giving up. If Miracle wins this fight, they get the Punisher that pushes top, and the Punisher that pushes top will end the game at 20 minutes if Miracle gets team wipe. BlossoM may just want to consider safely contesting. If they get wiped and lose this, it's all over. APOC, the arrow combo, it's all ready. They've got a pulse bomb. Miracle has all the tools in the world. This is the best chance to use them to get a win in this game and force us to that match point. Otherwise, BlossoM's going to win this, and we're going to a 1-1. It's all going to be about this Shrine fight. Miracle leading right now. HA2 has to maintain his Fury. He wants to go in. Extended Spear, not going to connect with Gondar here. They're just trying to clear the wave. Sniper gets out there, avoiding that tether. Okay, arrow comes through. APOC follow-up. Gets the double. Coming in. Judy wants this kill, but the mosh is real. The Riptire comes through. Torbus to continue the mosh. H82, he's silenced. Can't get out here. Pushed away. Irrelevant in this fight. And Miracle, they have lost the fight. They have lost the Shrine. Will they lose members on the way out? That's the question here. Jaehyun trying to heal himself rapidly on his way out. They do escape. Judy's going to sacrifice himself here. He's going to have the fast respawn from the souls. But
they're going to lose the Shrine.
They're going to lose the Shrine.
And it will go straight to the keep. I believe it was also a little bit... I believe the walls were almost open in that case. Let's see if it goes anywhere further, because Tracer's still 24 seconds on that clock.
Walls open, as you say. Only one very weak cannon tower. That's it. They're looking for the rotation around here. Judy is not as tanky as he was a few moments ago. They want Gondar. This could be an opportunity, but they cannot take it.
Trying to get someone off guard, but no way you're gonna be off guard at this moment.
Arcane Punisher 2, so unfortunate. So important for them to win this one. I don't want to write Miracle out yet, but it is going to take, as you said earlier, a miracle that makes us dream of them, for them to hold this. Push comes through. And they have to wait, as Dudu just tosses out his charges, waiting for an opening. Entomb with the silence, coming in. Tranquility to try to keep Diablo alive. He lives through this. H82 in the middle of the fight. He's being CC'd. He already used his shield here. In just a moment, he's going to start dropping low on health. Punisher being drawn towards the core, buying a lot of time here. The keep is done for sure, but will they lose more than that? That's the question. Miracle playing so safe right now, doing a great job of mitigating this Punisher. The keep is still down.
They're going straight to the core. The mid keep is down. They can go for that core.
H82
punishing down. The APOC comes, going into that Stukov, but can they really get the kill? No, not even close.
They need to do more damage here, and it's not happening. The core's dropping down to 75%. Punisher's still alive here. H82 is dead. The Punisher's going to go down, but so will the core. And BlossoM is going to tie this series up 1-1. Great opening night of playoffs tonight. No one-sided series. And the win streak of Miracle is ended. It is shattered as they struggle to find any footing in the